You know, I thought that I would just finish the boss once and that's it. I mean, it was fine, but it's challenging. But now I'm finishing it every single time. I wouldn't call it even an OP build, but it's good enough for me to do well with it every single time. Of course, you can make changes to make it even more powerful, but the core idea of this build works amazingly well. Now, at the end, I popped a medicine to try to deal this with a regular attack, but eventually I hit him with a heavy attack and I finished the fight. Now I'm using the Jingle Bang, although it's not a must. Again, if you play the second time and after, of course, it's a great choice. But it helps increase the damage because the gauge for the focus point, the last one, which by the way you see it as a border, not as a circle, is going to stay there, which is great, help increasing the damage as well. The damage of this weapon is also quite high. Extra damage, why not? But for the sake of visibility, it's not really essential to have it, but it helps. So again, if you're doing it the first time, there are plenty of other ones that can be just fine. This is not the most important thing in this build. And when I tell you that I finish this fight every single time, even though I make quite a lot of mistakes, this means that it's good. You can do this as well if you don't feel confident with the fight. Here, by the way, it was bugged. I don't know why. Basically, I'm going with the wind. The wind I'm going to execute. I'm going to show you gameplay in a moment. I'm going to execute it when the two monkeys spawn. Sorry, when they is split into two. I used, by the way, this one, although it's not really great. I made some mistakes, by the way, even with choosing different things. So if I want to go with something, I would increase the damage. I would choose the total treasure, which helps me increase the damage of the heavy attack. The gameplay you're going to see, like this one, I could have dealt more damage. All right. So this is one I would go with. So again, I'm testing the core items of the build. If it works, great, and it does work every single time, but it's not optimal here. So basically I'm using the Pilgrim's set with the Swift Pilgrim. Basically when I sprint, I charge my focus points. And if you go with the smash stance, you're gonna get very fast focus charging point, and you can engage, of course, with heavy when doing so. It's very comfortable to do when you're moving and stopping and attacking with a smash stance, of course. Alright, in terms of curio, again, you might decide to choose something slightly different, but basically I use extra for stamina because I love having extra for spells. I'm just enjoying it more. It's also very useful. The Amber Pearl beads are amazing because it allows you to charge your focus points even faster. So it's great because again, timing here is very important to kind of counter certain attacks that the boss does. And the other one is for defense. It's again optional. If you feel comfortable with the fight, you don't need it. Here I would have made changes, by the way, quite significant changes. I would probably go with the third. The first one is not needed because it's light attack, so I recommend not using it in this particular build. It's just not useful. Most of the time you won't be hitting any light attacks. For the second one, third is the best because you're dodging quite a lot in this fight. Here I would actually go, I would go with the third one. And here I'm going to go with the last one. Alright, and here for sure I would go with the first one because this is heavy attack. So what you see here again, make changes based on what I mentioned. Now to points, prioritize, by the way, things related to mana as well. So it's not might be perfect here for what I did, but it didn't totally respect. But Smash Stance, this is a must. Choose the first one for sure, but I would upgrade totally all the Smash Stance. Ring of Fire is amazing. I just love using it. It's so versatile. And Cloud Step. Alright, so this is the core thing. So make sure to put lots of stamina. It's very important. Even as curio, it can be very useful. In terms of, this is what I chose, the Frost. The reason is good because you can really stay away from enemies while even freezing them and dealing decent damage. So it's good. Anyway, for the gourd, I recommend getting the Supreme one. If you don't know how to get it, it's very easy. Check my channel. I made a guide about it. 10 zips, amazing, great for survivability. If you are not that consistent, it'll be very useful. Alright, now for gameplay. Keep in mind this is recorded for another fight. I usually don't record the first part, so I just brought it up. It's a bit different in terms of my build, but again, slight changes, but basically the same idea with running and hitting. So again, this is the Stone Monkey. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm basically charging and hitting. Right? Stay a bit far. In the first stage is one actually very aggressive. When it's just getting crazy, it can close on you. Other than that, you can just run. Again, the more you run, the higher the damage, up to 10 seconds. Closing distance and hitting him. The other thing is that I do recommend popping up a medicine for extra damage. It can really help you with the combat. You can see that also I time it right because I learned how to time it in many situations so I won't actually get hit. To close distance on him. So when you kind of play with it a lot, you know how to time things right so you won't get hit and you put damage in. It doesn't happen all the time, but many times they do this well. Pay attention to your stamina, by the way, before it's depleted, otherwise it will execute the attack. So if it's low, close in. Regarding the fourth focus point, you don't see it actually as a point. If you look at the left, you can actually see that it's kind of a highlight on the bar, so you can actually see when it's active. So of course, try your best to maximize the attack with as much as focus points as possible. You can do this even no hit, really, it's not that hard with this build. Now again, this is a great build for average player like myself. You don't have to be special, you can make quite a lot of mistakes, but still do well. But I do recommend shortening the fight by just going with something that increases the damage, so you can even finish it much faster. I just didn't use anything, only at the end I think I pop up a damage one, but it was really at the end. Now look at that, this is the trick. I'm just saying, by the way, I'm going to show you. If you already put the ring, you can just move inside the ring left and right to quickly charge it. You're gonna see it probably doing a bit later. You can see the timing where I'm timing so I won't get freeze, so I actually get up above the ground. Here he actually got me. Here you just need to dodge it. So don't do anything, just dodge. Now the reason you see me stunned because I used the 60% with the little stun there after I used the guard. Here I'm closing in, waiting, and now I'm attacking because I know the third one can hit me. So I hit him. You know, it's just timing. I just get used to it. Now I do the same here. I will look at the animation and then I go in right now. So even if I have 2 focus, I still have done that just to hit him and prevent him from actually hitting me. Here I'm actually attacking him, so he won't actually execute it. Still is going to do this attack, so I need to avoid it. After that, by the way, there's this ring. I actually got hit the second time, didn't pay attention. Now pay attention, even though this is going to shift, so I'm just popping off the, you see this, when it touches his head, I pop the wind now. And also using my duplicates on the way. So again, this is great time to use duplicates, massive damage. Here I got stuck for some reason, you know, I don't know, it just was kind of weird. I like, whoa, get me out. Yeah, it was kind of an awkward moment for me. So I just needed to change because I didn't know what's going on. I was probably there on the boundary and I didn't pay attention. Now you can actually avoid quite a lot of attacks because you jump back and you have an advantage. But the moment you start attacking, keep in mind you're gonna close a bit of distance, so just pay attention to that. So if you do well better than me, you can really get some nice damage here. Now, of course, it's going to be harder for you to put those attacks in this situation, but still, when you put it, you're going to deal good damage. By the way, here, you're going to finish your attack. If you're in the air, you're going to see it. Here he does the 2. I quickly need to close before he does the 3rd. And I was able to do it. One important thing, when you see AoE on the ground, whether it's fire or you see you need to get out of there because it's going to explode. And then you got to get it freeze or get burn damage. Just get out when you see things on the ground. I need to heal here, otherwise I would have died. Again, I didn't dodge it in time. So you can see with so many stacks that I've done, you know, I still do well. And that's why I'm saying it's going to be like very, very good in order to finish it with this build. And prioritizing, of course, finishing the lowest one, so you can deal with just one. Yeah, so AoE on the ground, when you see it, get out. Again, you see it, out. Don't explode. Here, by the way, you can get inside or outside of the ring. It depends if you are closer. If you are closer inside, get inside. If you are outside, get outside. The good thing, if you are moving, you can time things right better than you're moving. Here, I actually made a mistake. I didn't time it well and I actually got hit. You're going to see this in a moment. I actually closed when I decided to execute it, but I got hit. The amount of mistakes behind belief, but that's the cool thing, I'm still able to finish it with this build. You see, when I'm just moving, just walking, it's pretty hard, but if I'm moving, I can close distance only quite fast. And just searching for opportunity to do my heavy attack. But when he turns into stone, don't attack him, because if you do that, he can easily grab you right after. So move away. Yeah, transformation for hopefully extra damage. You can also do the left one, so it actually explodes. You can even freeze bosses. Yeah, I'm just going in for the finisher, avoid a few things, and just finish him. Now I'm using different things. First of all, if I use the curio for head damage and medicine, I would have dealt much more damage. Keep this in mind. This is kind of more pure because I wanted to test different things. But overall, you can do much more damage. Here, the tactics, move left and right quickly to quickly charge using the ring. So you can stay safe. You can, of course, heal if you get damage. But using left, right, you can quickly charge much faster. I mean, the fastest with this. So I do it a lot. Look at that. Left, right to charge fast. And of course heal if I need to. Didn't work here. Yeah, here by the way I need to avoid. You see I'm prioritizing. I stop immediately when I see he's attacking. I just stop. It doesn't matter how many focus points I have, just to counter and just stay safe basically. And the good thing is just different playstyle, and I really like it because it just plays differently than other things that I did based on the armor that I chose. So it's really cool. Just really fun to play differently. Basically, the first stage you can even go into a hit. By the way, it's not really a biggie. You can do that if you time things right. And they have more damage, of course, which you can do. I'm just using kind of plain things here without any buffs. I mean, I have the curio, but not the one that buffs the damage here. If I use that, it would be higher damage. Alright, skipping the cutscenes, let's move to the second phase. This is actually of course, the harder one. Is more aggressive here. But basically, save all your things with the mana, the spells, for the second stage. Don't use it in the first one. Again, attacking. I should have stayed, he got out, fortunately. The idea is that you need to fight with, hit him with your regular attacks, your light attacks to extend it. Again, it wasn't really useful based of the fact that I'm actually not using light attacks here. And it's very aggressive, so duplicates are less, let's say, less useful in this case. So you probably will save it and not spend the mana and use it for something else. If you use different stance with the ability to, spin, you can actually deflect this. But you can actually really dodge it easily. It's not really that hard. But again, making mistakes, which is good. You can see that as many mistakes that I made, I'm still able to finish it. Left, right, and attack. When it does, of course, animation, and quickly switch to attack. It doesn't matter how many focus points I have. See? And closing. Yeah, he went away. And by the way, anything that also extend the ring can be also useful if you're having kind of lots of close range attack with your heavy. I know how to dodge well, you can do this as well. I don't have lots of stamina to actually sustain me more. Doesn't really matter that much, to be honest. But you can get a bit of damage if you time it right, as you can see in freezing. Again, pretty useless. Usually I choose them for the passives, nothing more. So I'm popping the wind here. And of course, when I'm doing the wind, I'm gonna get heavy attack. And close distance with some regular attack. And he went, just went out of it. This is surprising to me, the way he's actually caught me, because I didn't evade it. This type of attack that you need to evade. I didn't know that, but now you know. He's actually eliminated my clone immediately. I don't know what I'm doing here. I mean, it's not hard to dodge, but I'm screwing it every single time. Get animation and quickly execute the attack. When it's kind of stable, you know, I'm kind of happy because I know we're gonna get it. But he's much more aggressive, of course, compared to the other stages. You see, I'm not focusing on light attacks, only heavy attacks. You almost got me. Now the fight would be over a long time ago if I had extra to increase the attack, yeah? Just keep in mind, we're just saying going with this without any really significant buffs to damage. I already decided I'm gonna pop up a medicine. I'm not just gonna go heavy because you know, risking it. I missed. I told myself, let's check it out. Anyway, I popped a heavy damage one, which, by the way, I recommend doing, of course, before the fight, because you can just finish it faster. I'm testing different builds, and basically what I'm using is without anything. And if it's good, it's going to be even better, of course. And that's it. Basically, it's over. Yeah, so as you can see, I mean, right now I'm just finishing every single time. Maybe every now and then I'm failing, you know. But again, I'm testing different things and making some changes. So, you know, it's natural. And that's it. Very strong. Doesn't have to be OP. You can do much better than this with certain buffs to increase the damage and finish it much faster. Just make sure to use it. And that's it for this video. Hope you find this build useful and can help you out as well. If you want this type of playstyle, it's really fun. Yeah, and have fun. See you on the next video. Cheers.